I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Tuesday, December 22nd. Today in terrorism, that'll be our first headline. Arkansas continues to have episodes of people shook up because of terrorism being in the news. The latest comes from Fort Smith. A number of people called authorities after they saw a Muslim couple walking through the Central Mall in Fort Smith taking pictures with their cell phone. This struck them as suspicious. They called the cops. Mall security was alerted and the couple was escorted from the mall. Their crime was taking videos without permission of the mall management. The couple didn't quite get it, unsurprisingly. So they said they might move from Oklahoma because the unwelcome actions. They were called terrorists, by the way, on a Facebook page, which they most certainly were not. Late last night, very early this morning, 3 people were killed and a number were injured in 2 separate chain reaction collisions on Interstate 49 south of Texarkana. Fog may have contributed to the wreck. They're still cleaning up the wreckage this morning. One half of the road remained blocked for many hours. Little Rock School Superintendent Baker Curris said yesterday that he decided the city can go forward now with a new middle school in Northwest Little Rock, and rebuilding of McClellan High School on a new location in Southwest Little Rock. This means a middle school will open next fall in a former industrial building on Highway 10 out near Johnson Ranch. This is great news to the growing part of Northwest Little Rock that has a number of typically upper middle class white families that have been reluctant to attend the other middle schools in Little Rock School District, which are all black and tend to be full of poor children. This undoubtedly would cause some unhappy reaction in other parts of town. John Goodson, a very wealthy class action lawyer, UA trustee, political player, husband of Supreme Court Justice Courtney Goodson, has been called into federal court in Fort Smith by Judge P.K. Holmes, who wants him to show why he should not be held in contempt for filing a settlement of a class action case at an insurance company in a state court in Polk County while the federal judge still had a case pending before him. This case has been criticized because it looks like another case in which John Goodson and some of his colleagues have worked out a deal beneficial to them in the way of attorney's fees, perhaps not so beneficial to people who've been damaged in the class action lawsuits. This comes at a sensitive time because, of course, his wife is running for Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Judges certainly may be married to people who are lawyers, but John Goodson has participated in politics in a very direct way with his money on a number of court seats, and so naturally what he does becomes a matter of interest. Yesterday, the city of Little Rock told owners of the Alexander apartments on Colonel Glenn Road that they must close the apartments because of unsafe conditions. Residents were given until the end of this week to get out. Residents think that the fixes at the apartment are long overdue, but they say they don't have money until next month to move somewhere else or asking for a little bit of extension of time. Tough time at Christmas to be thrown out of your apartment. Sad news from Searcy County. Developing reporting by the Associated Press's Claudia Lauer. Nearly 60 dogs were killed in a rural area of Searcy County. They apparently were given sleeping pills and then shot. Several of them survived the shooting, but not sufficiently enough not to be euthanized later. As of yet, no information on who might have done this or why, but it's a horrible case, and if there ever was a case for felony animal cruelty, this would be it. The Virginia Attorney General announced today that 25 states, including Arkansas, don't have sufficiently tough concealed carry permits for Virginia to continue to allow reciprocity for concealed carry permit holders from other states. So those of you who have concealed carry permits, watch out when you go to Virginia. Effective February 1st, your permit isn't good there anymore. We don't use our permitting process to weed out some people that are perhaps unstable and should not have guns. Virginia does, the Attorney General says. A group that is interested in problem gambling has a new report out on the rise in reports of problem gambling to a helpline that's been operated in Arkansas since casino gambling was legalized here after a fashion in 2005. They say the problem is going up. Unfortunately, in 2015, the state of Arkansas stopped spending a single dime on helplines or any other means of reaching out to people with gambling problems. This group thinks the state needs to do better. And finally, a small piece of good news to end the day. Chelsea Clinton announced by social media yesterday, and her parents quickly chimed in, that she has a second child on the way. So it'll arrive perhaps near election time next year when Hillary Clinton is expected to be on the ballot for President of the United States. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.
You feel it in your heart. The spirit of Little Rock. We've had that spirit since 1927, helping build our city by producing decades of leaders in the heart of our state. We are the heart of business and innovation, the heart of politics and government, the heart of arts and culture, and in our city beats the heart of a Trojan. UALR, We are Little Rock's team and Little Rock's University.